Well, good morning. It is right now 7:08 in the morning. It is, I believe we're what, Tuesday right now, and I need to book a load because I delivered my first load, and I just gotta, so either later today or tomorrow morning I might make it to my second drop in San Diego. And after I make it to my second drop, I want to either have a load already, like, you know, that I'm working on, or have something that I'm already booked and I can just head to right away, excuse me. So in this vlog, I want to show you the load booking process, what I use, and let's actually try to, I don't know, find some freight so I can haul it and make some money. Now, really quick, I want to go over what I'm using to look for loads, okay? And all of this stuff is basically interchangeable, and I'll give you what I use, and then the you know, other things that you could use. So first and foremost, you need a computer. The reason I say you need a computer is because the Truckstop's mobile app is absolute garbage. It doesn't give you enough flexibility to search for the lanes and loads that you want. So don't use the mobile app. Use the actual, use the website, truckstop.com, right? So that's number one. And I am using my MacBook, right? So it's a 2019 MacBook Pro 16-inch. I use it for editing as well, but it's what I use to run the business essentially. So that's the MacBook I'm using. You're welcome to use a PC, Windows, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So obviously truckstop.com. A different load board that's popular as well is DAT. And I don't think that's as good as Truckstop. I think Truckstop has more flatbed options, or like flatbed Hotshot freight, whereas a DAT has more like van and reefer stuff. So that's just an opinion. I'm not sure if that's true. I used to be a dispatcher, and I didn't have much luck when I was loading. When I was a dispatcher and loading 7, 8, 9 trucks at one time, I didn't have much luck on DAT. I had a lot of luck on Truckstop. So you can use DAT, but I would recommend Truckstop. And now, so that's the load board. That's where brokers actually post the loads, right? Now, it's kind of problematic actually having to search through the load board and see what's out there. And so I use a Chrome extension, and so you have to use Chrome. You can't use Firefox. So a Chrome extension called Dispatch Robot. I've talked about it before. What it does is it searches the load board for you, and it pops out what it thinks is a good load. I don't know how it thinks it's a good load, but maybe something stands out that makes it a good load. I'm not sure. I just, you know, this stuff, how I've been doing it for, I don't know, many months now. So that's the extension. And then I use Google Voice to make all my phone calls, because then I can call from the browser, I can call from my phone, from the app, you know, so I can call from anywhere. And that essentially acts as 2 lines as well, because what happens is I can make a call from my computer and the broker will not answer, and then I'll call a different broker, and then that first broker will call me back. Well, when that broker calls me back, it rings on my phone and on my computer, and I can pick it up on my phone even though I'm on the line with the second broker about a different load on my computer. So it's essentially like having 2 lines, because you can pick it up on 2 different devices. So that's why I like using Google Voice. Man, all morning it was raining today, and the sun was behind the clouds and whatnot, and now the sun's out and it's right in my eyes. Goodness gracious, California, come on. But anyways, let's open up. This isn't a weather report or a weather channel. This is a Hotshot freight channel, or whatever, or Hotshot channel, I don't know. So I don't even know what my channel is. So let's start looking for some loads. Let me tell you how to open up searches. All right, so when you first log into truckstop.com, and I mean, it's your first time logging in, or you don't have any searches open, right? This is what you would see. Of course, subtracting or minus this dispatch robot part, that's not part of Truckstop, right? So what you want to pay attention, or what you want to click on, is this new search, right? So if you don't have any searches open, if you do, just delete your old searches. There's a trash can button on each search. So you want to start fresh, click on new search. All right, and here you want to start with your origin, right? Like I said, I am going to be unloading in San Diego either today or tomorrow. It just depends on the schedule, you know what I mean? There's some, so it's fine. But Truckstop, or usually the way the load boards works, it's either for today or tomorrow. It's very hard to book loads like a week in advance and whatnot. All right, so here it is, San Diego, California. And because I do long haul, I usually do a really, really big radius. Keep in mind, the goal is to keep your deadhead like 10 or 15% of your loaded miles, right? That's the goal, and that's how you want to try to run. So if your load is only going 500 miles, don't go deadhead 600 miles for a 500 mile loaded or late or 500 mile load, right? Don't do that. So if you are trying to haul a 500-mile load, only deadhead up to 100 miles, right? That's like whatever, 20%, right? So that's, I think that's somewhere in there is a trucking industry standard, is somewhere in there, right? Between 15 and 20%. I've heard many times like 18% deadhead, stuff like that, right? So that's not bad, okay? Now, because I try to book a load that's going cross country for 3,000 miles, that means I could technically deadhead for that load up to 600 miles. Now, I just like to cover my bases, play it safe, and I just do 900-mile radius on San Diego. So that's what we're gonna do. Delete 100, type in 900. Because here's what I can tell you, okay? I've talked to numerous people on the phone, and the #1 consistent problem about people complaining they don't find any freight, they don't see any loads, they don't know how to open searches. #1 problem. So 1, learn how to open searches, okay? So I am putting 900-mile radius on San Diego. Usually radius works better because you want to use that in your favor so it can show you deadhead right away. Now, for destination, this is where it's up to you, right? So if you already have a partial, a radius search might be better, or a states along the route type of situation might work better for you, depending on what partial you have. But or a destination usually is, you know, that's like up to you. Some people prefer doing multiple states. I don't mind doing a radius as well for the destination. And so, as you know, I always get loads from Harrisburg, and so I want to go back up to Harrisburg. So we are going to type into the destination right here. It's going to be Harrisburg. Okay. Oklahoma. Nope. Harris. Let's see. Harrisburg. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, right there. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, and on Harrisburg, I will easily throw on another 900-mile radius. Because look, here's the thing, right? And the destination is the important part. Because if my goal is to get to PA, will I say no to a load that's going to Tennessee, to Kentucky? No, I'm not gonna say no to that. If it pays to go to, you know, Kentucky, which is along the way, great. And then from there, I could deadhead to Harrisburg, worst case scenario. Or I could unload in Kentucky and try to find a load from there. So that's why it's like, if you do get a load along the route, now, here's what I can tell you. A 900-mile radius on Harrisburg reaches Florida. Am I gonna go to Florida? Absolutely not. But the thing is, so 900-mile radius also reaches Chicago. And so it's like, well, I'll gladly take a load to Chicago. No way in heck am I gonna take a load to Florida. And so that's why you gotta kind of figure, and that's why in this situation, maybe states would work better. I guess I've just been doing this long enough where it's like, I know most of the loads will pop out anyways, so it's okay. But yeah, so you could definitely do select multiple states, and the way you do that is you click this multi-state button right here. You see this multi-state? You see that right there? You click that, this thing pops up, you select the states. Sometimes it's hard to see where it is, and so you could select this and do by zones as well. And so generally a 900-mile radius on Harrisburg would cover 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit of Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, stuff like that. So it would cover the whole northeastern, you know, Midwest, all kind of region. So yeah, that's what a 900-mile radius, you know, so it's quicker than having to select each state. Now, I mean, am I missing out on loads to Texas? Technically, yes. You know, I mean, it's the nature of the beast, I guess. I don't know. Usually loads from Cali to Texas pay cheap anyway, so I don't like doing that lane regardless. I don't know. So yeah, you just, guys, like, it takes time to get good. Simply put, it takes time. So don't think that you're just gonna get it day one. This is just how I open my searches. You usually do radius on both ends. But anyways, we can close this out, and we can close this out, and we can deselect multi-state, and as long as we have our Harrisburg and 900 miles, well, let's talk about equipment, okay? Now, this probably is by far the biggest mistake people make. They only put HS, okay? And right there, HS, Hotshot, okay? Now, yes, we are Hotshots. However, oftentimes, a shipper has no clue what a Hotshot is. No clue. And as a matter of fact, a shipper only cares about paying the least amount of money. And so if a step deck is quoting $3 a mile for some load that can fit on a Hotshot, and we can quote $220, why not? Right? So there you go. So you want to put FSD, which is flat step deck. So FSD right there, flat or step deck, right? So there you go. These are the two types of equipment you want to have. Two, okay? Now, moving on. The only other criteria you should be putting into your searches is weight, okay? Guys, please do not put dates, do not put tarp, team, none of that. Don't put any of that. You'll just eliminate the loads that you see. Brokers are too lazy anyways to actually select those options. They just type team in the comments. So that's why you just want to select your max weight. So if you already have a partial, write how much weight you have left. If you don't have a partial and you're empty, write whatever max weight you can take so that maybe a full load comes out at that max weight and pays enough, then you can just book, you know, one pick, one drop. So I can take an absolute maximum of like right around 10,000 pounds, just shy of 10,000 pounds. But here's the thing, I've realized recently brokers have become tricky and they put loads at 10,100 just so that I don't see them. I mean, I don't know, maybe they don't, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just going crazy, who knows? But I've noticed that sometimes I book a load that says 10,000 pounds and I show up in 6, and it's actually only 6. And I asked them like, hey guys, they told me it's 10. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. We told the broker 6. So, you know, that's why I like to put, just as a buffer zone, 10,500. That's why if a broker puts 10,001, I know they're just trying to get a dedicated rate, which is fine. It's just they probably don't want a bunch of hotshots calling on it. I think that's why they do it. So who really knows? But anyways, that's what we're gonna put. 10,000, or no, 10,500. There it is. 10,500. Okay, so 10,500. And like I said, that is all you want to put. San Diego 900, Harrisburg 900, 10,500 pounds for a hotshot or flatbed step deck. Okay, and then we click add and close. So now it's the little spinny wheel, and it will hopefully, okay, there it goes, Truckstop open. Now, the first thing I would recommend you do is click this little drop arrow right here, items per page, right? That's what I'm doing, and you want to do 100. Specifically because it's much easier to scroll down and see the loads than actually having to click next page. All right, so now briefly, I like to just take a quick look at the load. I want to see what's going on. And usually what I do, right, I just logged on, just opened up a search. First thing I do is I sort by money, okay? And right over here is the money. Where is the money actually? Distance, destination, length, weight. Average, wait, what? Where is the rate? Hold on, did they change something? Oh, okay, so they just moved the columns. So rate is on the left next to book it now. Okay, so they're trying to get their book it now feature off the ground, I guess, Truckstop, which I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a good feature, maybe not, who knows. And then, oh, they have a rate per mile. So like I said, the first thing I do is I sort by highest rate, right? So I want to know on the lane I just opened, right? This is just to get information. On the lane I just opened, which is San Diego to Harrisburg, I want to know what is the best paying load. And then that can give me a mental note of like, okay, the top dollar load is 3,500 bucks, right? That's what it says right here, 3,500 bucks. That means if I can get a partial, right? So in 20 minutes, if I'm looking at a partial and it's half my weight, but it's paying 2 G's, I all of a sudden know, hey, the best load on this lane is 3,500 bucks. I'm getting more than 50% of the way there with just one load, right? And so it's like, hold on, that means that's a good load. So this is reference for me, like mentally, so that I know, like, so I can have basically a scale of where the loads line up. So, like I said, 3,500 bucks looks like it is a full truckload for Conestoga. That is bananas, holy cow. And that is Arizona to Florida. Look at that, 53 feet, 10,000 pounds. Yikes, what a terrible load. Regardless, right, the point remains the same, that you want to use this as a reference of what the best paying loads are on your lane. This is what this is for. Okay, so once I've taken a look at the best paying loads and I see what's out there, 1,500 bucks, 1,300, 1,200, 1,100 bucks, right? 2,000 bucks, all this, okay, whatever, cool. I can then sort by deadhead, okay? And I like sorting by deadhead just to see what's out there as well. You know, so if I see there's a bunch of loads in San Diego, I'm not gonna rush and jump on one. I'm gonna, like, you know, but if you're in an area, like, so, and this is what happened, I believe a couple weeks ago, and I was in Washington, if you recall, and I deadheaded 800 miles to California, right? The reason I do it like this as well is because I saw, when I clicked on deadhead, there were no loads in Washington. Every single load had at least 200 miles of deadhead. And so when you take a look at this, you'll be like, oh, okay, great. So now I know where I have to go after I unload, even though I don't have a load, right? So it's like, okay, sure, there's a couple loads out of San Diego, you know, probably nothing great for a Hotshot right here, going to New York. I wonder what, 6 feet, 500 pounds, probably paying $400 or something stupid. But anyways, the point of me is the same. You want to take a look at the deadhead, and this just familiarizes yourself with your search, right? So you know what's a good paying load. You now know where the loads are coming from usually, and that can give you, then when you're calling on stuff, that can give you references. Okay, so I think that's it. Now, after I've taken a look at that, I fire up Dispatch Robot by clicking the start button right here on Dispatch Robot. And what Dispatch Robot does, it does what I just did. Searches through all the loads, all the old loads, right? When a new load pops out, it's orange and you'll see it. And it pops out what it thinks is a good load, but these loads are all gone. The brokers probably just forgot to delete them because brokers are kind of lazy sometimes. There you go. So you closed out the initial searches that Dispatch Robot thought were interesting. And so now you just sit and wait, right? That's it. So the next time the load pops out, you better call on it fast because Dispatch Robot thinks it's a good load.
Bike Kurt, may I help you?
Las Cruces, New Mexico to Sumterville, Florida. Looks like partial for a Hotshot. Curious what kind of rate you had on that?
Yeah, it's one piece, 57 by 36 by 59. 660 pounds, and it does need a tarp. And best I can do when can you pick this up today? Tomorrow, or when you looking?
Well, I'm empty right now, so probably
how far away from Las Cruces are you?
I'm in California.
You're in California?
Yeah.
You got to put obviously something else together going that way. I'd like to pick it up today. I'm trying to pick it up today, delivered accordingly for $700. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to move off of that to get this done today or not. That's what they're looking for.
All right. Well, let me see if I can.
Short part. I'm looking at paying over a third of the truck for 3 feet. You know.
Right. Let me see if I can find some other things to pair along with it.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
Thank you.
Sounds good, man. Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Dispatch.
Hey, calling on San Miguel, California to Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. Looks like
we just took it down, so it's no longer available.
Oh, out of curiosity, what kind of rate did you have on that?
Nobody called and told us, so we didn't accept it, so I have no idea what it went for.
Darn. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thanks.
Dispatch.
Hey, calling on your San Diego, California to Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, it's already covered, man. Thanks.
What kind of rate did you have on that, out of curiosity?
Sure.
Hey, Marina, Arizona to Sandston, Virginia. Looks like the main rotor blade. I was wondering what kind of rate you had on that.
Yeah. Hotshot load.
Okay.
Trying to get it down for 3,000. It's a little bit light. It's only 650.
And when does it pick up and deliver?
Pick up on 14th, delivered by the 18th. So that's Thursday to Monday, I think. Give me your name again, please.
Sorry, what was that? Okay.
Could you give me your name?
Yeah, my name's Alex. Okay, that's by Tucson. I see. All right. Yeah, my name's Alex. Any flexibility on that rate? I got a little bit of deadhead coming from California.
How much flex?
What would you say? 32.75.
32.75. I don't think we'll get it for that, but I'll give it a shot, my friend.
All right, you'll call me back. Let me know.
Yeah, I'm still bidding on the load. I will call you back and let you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right? Okay. Thanks, Alex.
Bye. That makes sense. It's a bid load. I'm like, wait, what does he was talking like he had the load, but obviously he doesn't have it. It's a bid load. So like, I could have told him $1,000. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you know, he probably wouldn't have won it regardless because It's a bid load. Like, you just got to wait until the bid is over, and then somebody will post it on the board. So, anyways, we'll keep a lookout for that one, but...
Hello, this is Kevin at Worldwide. How may I help you?
Hey, Kevin. Longmont, Colorado to Dyersburg, Tennessee. Partial 12 by 8 by 8, 6,600 pounds. Curious what kind of rate you had on something like that?
Yeah, it's one that we just need to take a rate to the customer off. You can pick up either in the next 2 days.
It's posted for a Hotshot. What kind of rate you think is going to take to get it done?
It's hard to tell. It really is. It looks like, I mean, with the way things have been going, looks like it's around 1,070 miles, but whatever your best rate is what I can take to the customer here and try to get a, get them to go with it.
All right. Well, I'm empty right now, so rate, the only rate that comes to mind is a dedicated one. So, unfortunately, that'll probably not work. So, I mean, let me see if I can grab a partial, and then if anything, I'll let you know. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
It's been a very, very low volume day. Like, not a whole bunch of loads popping out, dude. Usually California is, there's a lot of loads, a lot of options, but at least they're cheap. Dude, understand, like, this is real world right here. This is the numbers that you're gonna see when you open up searches, okay? This is what you get. You don't get some fairy tale mystic land that everybody gets $1.80 and everyone's snob-nosed only wants $2. Absolutely not. Everybody wants $2 to at least make it through, and the board says only $1.20 or $1 a mile. So anyways, long story short is I unload first thing tomorrow morning. I will then open up the searches again tomorrow and see what we can grab, see what we can see. Anyways, I'm not ending it. I'll just end it for today. But in 3 seconds the video will continue for you, All right, it's the next morning. We're waiting in line actually to get unloaded, but while we're waiting, I think this base takes a while. Let's look for some freight. Let's try to book a couple of loads, a couple of partials, something, anything. Goodness gracious. It's yeah, it's kind of slow. And again, the issue is volume, which because there's little volume, that means price kind of sucks as well. So yeah, let's try to get something, okay? Okay, I just started Dispatch Robot, and the first load it popped out is the Marina, Arizona to Richmond, Virginia. If you recall, yesterday we called on this load, and we told the guy $3,250, and he said $3,000, and he said it's a bid load. And well, here's the bid, $1,400. This broker right here, PLS Logistics, I guess they won it. Go figure. Load popped out, oversized partial. You know what's funny? How is an oversize a partial? Because once you get it, you can't change the route. You have to follow the state. Yeah. Out of curiosity, let's call on the rate.
Telephone number 77073.
They're calling back. Hello? Yeah, I was calling on that load. It was the one going from Arizona to Cartersville, Georgia.
Yep, it's a CNC machine. I actually just delivered it on Monday and it came in damaged. So I had to pick it back up and bring it back home.
And what kind of rate did you have on that?
What are you looking to get out of that one?
Shoot, I don't know. Is it says it's 9 feet wide. Is it actually oversized?
No. It shouldn't be. It may be 9 foot wide, but if you're 8.5, if you're 102 wide, it fit on the top of a step deck with all the feet on there. So, what size trailer are you?
I'm a 40-foot Hotshot, but I'm empty, and so that's why I was curious what you're paying on it to see if it's even worth it for me to start with something like this.
To be honest with you, I'm starting off at, well, hell, I can't pay any more than what I sent it out there for, $1,500.
All right, let me route it out, see what I can do with that. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Fort, this is Dustin.
Hey, Bloomington, California to Houston, Texas.
Yeah, what kind of trailer do you got?
40-foot Hotshot.
Gotcha. It's I have a 51-foot piece of rail on there.
Oh, crap. Dang it. I didn't see the 51. My bad. Sorry, man. Thank you.
Yep. Hey, no worries. Thank you.
So when I started deadheading, it was like almost 500 miles or something like that. And, you know, and it was like 7 hours or something like that. I don't know if I recall correctly, 7.5 maybe. I'm not sure. So I don't think I'll make it all the way there. I'm not quite sure. But the point remains the same, that I'm happy I have a load because the way the boards looked, it was kind of depressing. So that'll do it for this video. Let me know what you think, and we will see you, or I will see you in the next video. Peace.